You may surprise when you watch the market and understand sometimes when some big difference between consensus and real aspect of the market in the fundamental overview will show in the market. You will see a huge different price in the market, but sometimes in those situations there is no any change in the market. I want to explain a big fundamental item for you that is the most important item about the interest rate for every trader that participate in the financial market. And I understand that most of my students doesn't know anything about this kind of important material in fundamental of financial markets.
Hello traders, Captain Safa is here. In this video, I want to explain one of the important items in fundamental analysis of the market, and that is Fed dot plot. As you can see, dot plot here, and if you search Fed dot plot in the Google or every engine, you can reach to something like this, and that is the diagram with some dot in here and some date or years that you can see here in the longitudinal axis, and in the vertical axis you can see the different item for interest rate, and it shows you what is the overview of the managers of the Fed that they think and they are ready for that to reach to that interest rate target in the future. Actually, it shows you what is the preliminary decision of the Fed member about the future and about the rate of the interest in the future. Actually, when you work in the market and the real interest rates are showed in the news, if it's difference from this overview, or if in the future the Fed member are looking towards something else, you will see the market will show a big and huge price change, and in those situations traders have to be ready about the hawkish or dovish speaking about the Fed chamber. And as you can see here, the dots are the decision or result of every member that they have vote in the Federal Reserve and what they prepare themselves for the future. For example, as you can see here in 2002, this dot plot is for 2021. For 2022, they think that maybe interest rate be, most of the people of the chamber thinks that maybe interest rate has to be 0 or about 0.25, and some of them vote that maybe interest rate has to be about 0.5. And as you can see here, the outlook for the 2023 is a little wider because it's in the future, and as you go along in the more futuristic item, you can see that it gets wider and wider because its uncertainty come in the play, and most of them doesn't know exactly what is the future for the US. So as you can see here, the dots get wider and wider as you go through the date, and what is the decision or what they think about the future, it shows you, and it's 2023 maybe most of them thinks that the interest rate has to be about 1%, and it shows you what is the prediction of the members in the Federal Reserve about the future. And as you can see here, in 2024, they think that the rate has to be about 175, or maybe some people in there thinks that it has to be about 2, but no one thinks that in the 2024 it has to be about 3. So if you know this dot plot, when the non-farm payroll or interest rates items, realistic items, news items, and the Fed speaks about that, if you see hawkish, it shows that in the near term or long term future, it has to be go a lot higher based on their decision. And in that situation, the market will reflect to those news or those hawkish items rapidly. And if they think that it has to be a slowdown in the future, the market shows a reaction to that. But if those news be in the long of these dot plots, you will not see important notice and important reaction in the market, and the market will not show any big and rapid move along the way, because before they show to the people that they think that the market has to go in this direction. And this is very important for every trader that check dot plot all the way along the trading days to know is it changed a little or not. Maybe in the future, for 2 months later, if you check, for example, we are in 2022, maybe in the next 2 months you check dot plot and you see that these 3 dots come here. So this is the change. It's need the market to show rapid move, because some people in that member, they think that the system change and interest rate has to be lower than that. So these are important items, and most of the traders has to check dot plot, I think, now and then, to understand whether the important news and CPI and other items shows the Fed member to be hawkish or dovish.